Well, thanks for joining our afternoon training webinar. Today, we're just going to be going through the INH website. So each franchise has their own website that they can maintain themselves, or it can be on a managed plan by Brad in our office here. Now, what we're going to go through today is some of the new changes that we've had. So we've rolled out a new theme to the website, which can make things look a bit nicer. But we've made some enhancements to the way that you can work on your hero images and your headers and your menus just via clicking through the admin panel. And I'll just go through those new settings and how they work. So this is the Geraldton page we're looking at the moment. This is on the new theme. It's got a new full page header image here with a bit of text on the top of that with some buttons. And that's just what the new page looks like. Now, to make adjustments, we're going to go to the admin panel. For this webinar, we're just going to take a good look at this display home page. So I've loaded that up in a second tab. It's the display home page here. So again, this is on the new theme, and I'll just go through how to change and modify this top section here. Everything else should be quite familiar to you in terms of modifying the content of this web page. All right, so we'll go to the admin panel. And as per usual, we'll find the page that we're looking for. In this case, it's the display home page. And I'll click edit. So all of these sections at the top, they haven't really changed. So I'll just quickly run through those, exactly what they are. So this page name or URL is the section at the top in your URL just here. So the intention for that is that it's all lowercase, doesn't use any special characters or spaces. In place of spaces, you should use hyphens, and that's just a standard across the web. Nice and website friendly. All right, so generally that'd just be part of your header text and just turned into a URL with no spaces, no special characters. All right, the header text, that's the section at the top in the menu. So you can see at the very top here, I've got Geraldton Virtual Display Home. If I hover my mouse over the tab at the top, so whatever you put in here will show up in that section there. So I'll save that, reload that page. And that didn't do it for me, sorry. It was the header at the top there. So we've added X's just into this section here. So I'll just get back into that admin. Yes, that makes sense. That's the header text there. Right, the meta title is what I was expecting to do there. So we change that meta title now. Refresh that page. Of my mouse over the top, you'll see all the X's are now in there. Alrighty, and the menu text, display homes we've called, that's the menu there, and that will show just here. So that's the wording that's here. So you want that nice and short. If it gets too long, you'll find that your menu will get too long and wrap around and look a bit funny at different resolutions. All right, the meta description is mainly for SEO purposes. So you want a nice descriptive short paragraph about what the web page is actually about. So when someone's searching in Google, a little bit of a snippet underneath describing the page. This is what you type into here, just to give people an idea of what they're clicking through to. This canonical URL is a bit of an advanced feature, but the purpose for that is if you are copying content from some other source, whether it be someone else's web page, someone else's website, you would paste their entire URL into here. And it's a way to not be penalized by Google for copying content. So if you're copying content from someone, you're not going to get SEO benefits. So Google is going to determine that you have copied it from someone and not give you credit anyway. So you're better off coming clean and just letting Google know that you've copied it from somewhere, and you would put in the entire address of where you copied that content from. Okay, so I've got some options here. Page enabled. So we'll just go through those and save those for a second. So if I untick that one, I'll save that change. Refresh that page, you'll notice that that menu option there has totally disappeared. There's no display homes option in the menu. Right, you might do that if you're just coming up with a like a page that you're using, say in Facebook, and you want it to be like a promo or something, and no one can get it unless they go through a certain avenue, it kind of hides the page and makes it not so readily available. You may just be working on a bit of a draft page too, and it makes it easy just to hide it. Right, menu link enabled. So by default, you're always going to have that on. There's not many reasons why you would need that, except if you're making a nested menu. So I'll untick that and show you what that does. So you can see if I hover my mouse over the house and land, it turns your cursor into a hand, letting you know that's a link you can click. So we've turned off the option there. Menu link enabled. We hover our mouse over the top here. It's not a hand. There is no link there. We can't click that link. All right, you might do that in circumstances where you're making a nested menu like this About section here. Notice how on my mouse you can't click on that About menu. Instead, it's forcing you to use the sub menu. All right, full width is designed for people that are very familiar with website content development. It puts a lot of power in your own hands. You can make full width pages, but you do need to know what you're doing with coding to make that work. So if you do tick that box, what you'll find, you see this nice layout here with some feature ads down the side, and the content's nice and boxed in the middle. We've now made this a full page, full width page. Refresh that. It doesn't look very pleasing out of the box. So you're responsible for writing code to make that look nice, but it can give you some advanced features like making the content go from edge to edge. All right, finally, the footer. I'll just quickly look at the footer. Now this should always be turned on. It's just this section just in here. And the main reason why that was added is, I think a few weeks ago, Brad went through some new landing pages that we've made. So in your business, you might have some promo pages that you're using as a landing page and using it like a funnel, and you don't want people to click around your site. So it's just a way of hiding some of these links so that people can't go browsing through the rest of your site. So if I untick the footer and save that, refresh this page, that's all we've got. That's the only part of the footer that's left. All the other stuff is gone. All right, it should always remain on unless you're working on something specific like a landing page. Okay, the parent page option. So this is just a way of nesting your pages. So if we wanted to move our display home link here underneath this About menu, we can simply do that from here. We'll choose the About as the parent page, save that. When we refresh now, you'll find that it's moved from here and be under this menu here. So I'm just going to quickly shoot back to another section in the admin panel here, just in relation to this parent page. Back to the main admin menu, there's a button here for edit page order. So you can arrange things from in here as well. So you could move that display home page up to be the first option underneath the About menu if you wanted to. Yeah, it's right there. Strong page. And we'll put that back to none, so it's its own menu at the top. Okay, now we've got some more advanced settings, and these are mainly for our new layout, and it's going to work on those headings at the top here that we spoke about earlier. Now, by default, you'll be set to this default layout, which is the old website theme. Moving forward in the coming weeks, all of our pages will be migrated to the new theme, and we won't need this option anymore. So we'll remove that option, and it will force this layout for 24. All right, so to make all these work, you will need to make sure you've got this layout 24 set at the moment. Okay, so we'll go through the menu types here. So let's just change this one back to a solid menu type. Reload this page again. And you'll notice it's just got a white heading for the menu. So all of your menu options here are just in this white heading, and it's always fixed like that. It doesn't go on top of an image. Okay, so it's up to you what you find is useful. It doesn't really matter how it functions. That they all function the same. It's just the look that you like the look of and how it works with the image that you're trying to load up here as the hero image. That's the solid menu. A transparent menu. If we save that one, okay, that'll allow it to hover over the top of your background image here, or your hero image. Okay, none is a bit of a special one, so we choose no menu. We load that. You'll have no menu available at the top at all. And again, that's really something specific for landing pages where you don't want people to navigate around your site. So you would have some sort of a Facebook promo that click through to a link, you take them to a landing page, and you're controlling where you'd like your visitor to click just by the content in the body. Okay, transparent with gradient. I'm just going to change this one back to the standard hero image. We'll go through those in a second. Turn that menu back on. Okay, so what we've got here is just a background with no gradients turned on. This is quite a light blown out image, and you'll see it's hard to see the menu because it's white text on top of this fairly light image. Even the heading is a bit difficult to see. So that's what some of those other options are for. So we come back into this menu section here. We've got the option for transparent with gradient, which will make it just the background is a little bit darker in that section for the top menu. You can see it's just given us a black gradient and it allows us to actually see that menu a bit easier. All right, we've still got that problem here. That's hard to see the white text for your heading. So we have some more options. That's it for the menus. Okay, so we've got we'll go through these header types now, which will help us with some of these titles. So we go to generic image. This is instead of using your hero image, it just puts this little dark hexagon background on. So nice and dark, works well with the white text. If you haven't got a good image to use, you can certainly just use that generic image. Okay, we've got our hero image with gradient. So I'll save that one. Okay, and that makes the whole image a bit darker. So it makes that white text pop out. A hero image that we looked at before. So it's just a hero image in your in the style that you uploaded it. So if you uploaded it as a blown out image, that's the way it will remain. And the last one here is our full page hero image. I'll see if that works for us. So it gives us a full page image. And generally, this is only going to be used for your home pages. It's not really common to use that on any other pages. Last, we've got this option here for the title style. So we've got the overlay page title. I'll refresh that page again. So overlay is going to put your page title on top of your image here. Add page title section. So it'll move it into its own section with this option. So it's taken it away from that image and created this whole section here. So you can see this sort of light blue background section. Added that for this menu item. So again, if you'd like to maybe not use that dark gradient option, So we move that back. Let's go to a standard hero image. It means you can have your blown out image to show a bit more detail of the photo you're trying to display here. And just move your text down to the bottom. That way it's not, so it is visible, so it's not sort of hidden on top of that blown out image. And there's also the none option. So again, so we hit save there. None will mean there is no heading shown at all. And if you do that, you would want to make sure that in the content of your page, you actually put a heading 1 in here. So we edit the body, you would make sure, so this is a heading 2. Make sure you've got a heading 1. This is for SEO purposes. So a heading 1 in your content tells Google what's the most important words in this document. Generally, you'll make that your first heading is a heading 1, and Google will sort of prioritize that as your keywords. Right, so if you're using the menu options for overlay page title or add page title section, it's looking after the heading 1 for you. If you choose none, you'll need to make sure you create your own heading in your body content. So I quite like the look of that there. Nice dark background, just with the heading straight over the top. One last thing I would like to show you. It does need a little bit of coding here, but if we go to the home page, we'll edit our photos. This home page is a full header image, but we've got this content right in the middle here. So if you'd like to achieve something like that, it's just a little bit of coding on top of that image. So we're editing the image. If we click on that edit button there, this is where all of this content here is driven from. So once you've got the content in there, it should be pretty easy to see what you can edit. We'll plan to try and make this a bit more user-friendly, but at the moment, this is just how it works. And you could just copy that content. So I'll provide that as an added resource to this video recording so that you can just copy and paste it in and make any changes that you'd like. Alrighty, so probably the last thing you can do is for that hero image, if we quickly look at that home page again, you'll notice it sort of cycles through images. We only have one image in this particular example on this particular page. So if we go to the menu, we can upload a new one. As simple as dragging and dropping. Drop that onto there, upload a photo, give us an option to crop. And then we've got a new photo there. If you look at that home page, that's the first image that's shown, but it has no text content on there. So if we go back, we should just be able to copy the content from the other photo. Copy that, Control C, and I'll paste that into this one with Control V. Save. Our homepage should have some content on there as well. All right, so that's all I've got planned for today. If there's any questions, please let me know. Great, looks like we're good for questions. So this recording will be available and popped into Workplace. So any questions, please let me know after the fact, or just pop a comment into the Workplace post once it's ready. All right, thanks for joining all. We'll see you next time.